Hey y'all. I had a late night last night and I'm a little tired, but I decided to dress up a little bit because I fucking felt like it. I haven't even worn makeup in like 2 years, so here you go. But I wanted to talk about those retarded ass fucking climate activists. I don't know if you heard about this, but the whole like just stop oil shit, bro, y'all glued yourselves into what was it, like a Porsche or BMW pavilion or some shit, and you were like, can you bring us some bowls to piss in and shit in? That's just bad planning. and and then there's like the motherfuckers that glued themselves to a wall like this in some museum and started defacing certain pictures of art, pieces of art, like who's sunflowers? Was it Van Gogh? It's like I grew up with a copy of that fucking picture in my kitchen growing as a kid. Like that one especially pissed me off. Thankfully, they have it in glass. Probably have the real one hidden in the basement somewhere. But just why y'all fucking doing this shit? Why can't y'all be productive and do like real things in life? You know, like the group of fuckers that stopped traffic didn't a lady like suffer from a stroke and have permanent paralysis because she didn't make it to the hospital because they were stuck in traffic for like several hours? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Why can't we do like a fucking beach cleanup or like go pick up trash on the side of the road or something? Something normal. Something that people would actually appreciate instead of pissing people off. Like, for instance, when Ted Cruz was on The View, he wasn't even talking about climate shit. He was talking about, like, what was it, voter stuff and, like, Trump and, oh, it was, like, the January 6th, I think. These motherfuckers came onto the set, turned off his fucking mic and shit, like, cut the sound, and was like, why would you talk about anything about climate? This one bitch was like, over what, I think last year, only 6 hours was dedicated to climate, whatever the fuck. It's like, oh, only 6 hours. What was. How about the fucking problem with like street crime and gangs and border crossing and drug trafficking? What about that? What about fucking child trafficking? What about sex slavery? You ain't gonna give a shit about that. But fucking, oh, only 6 hours of climate talk on the news for. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck, suck my dick. Suck my fucking lady dick. Fuck you. I hate you. Especially because I grew up in the middle of the fucking woods. Like, I've seen people's trash. One thing I hated growing up was, like, going through the woods and finding, like, an old-ass fucking soda can or a beer bottle. That shit always irritated me. And I've made videos about this before. Like, I went to the park, like, a couple years ago, and I just, like, fucking raged because there was trash all over the place. It's like, there are trash cans right there, right there. Why can't y'all fucking pick your shit up? Be a goddamn adult. Like, literally, I've seen children do this shit better. I remember earlier this year, I think it was like March or April, I was driving through downtown Charleston. Well, I wasn't driving, I was in the passenger seat. And we were stopped at a light, and I saw this guy toss his like cigarette package out on the sidewalk, and I was mad as hell. I rolled down that fucking window and leaned out the car. I was like, I saw that, you motherfucker. And he was like, boo. I was like, pick your shit up, you child. But like, these climate activists interrupting The View and shit with Ted Cruz on it, I thought that was funny as hell, especially because he's just laughing them off and shit. Like, why are these climate activists so fucking crazy? They're acting like the world's gonna be on fire. Like, I'm sorry, I remember when I was a kid hearing about how, like, the world was supposed to be already be fucked up by the year 2000, and how by like 2012 the ice caps are gonna melt and shit. I distinctly remember one winter when I was a kid. I remember seeing big chunks of ice frozen over on the creek because it was wintertime and it got really fucking cold and it even snowed. And I was like, global warming, I guess. Because I was like 8 years old and I was indoctrinated by this shit because I grew up with it. I distinctly remember when I was a kid, fucking at the grocery store, they were changing out the paper bags for the plastic ones, saying like, save the rainforest, dog. Trees grow. Fucking plastics don't break down. In fact, I'm pretty sure some scientists have come up with like genetically modifying some bugs or finding some kind of like weird way to manipulate the stomach acid so they can eat styrofoam, which I'm like, I've seen that shit already. I've seen like roaches and shit eat styrofoam. It's I'm like, y'all need to do that some more. But they done it, I think, with like mealworms or something. I don't know. Like, we're already doing that. Why can't you fucking climate activists like go rent a boat and dredge for plastic and shit? How about you go and watch fucking turtles being released and make sure they make it to the sea. Like, for instance, I went to school on a barrier island, and it was a lights out ordinance every fucking night. If you lived on the beach, lights out. Not even your porch lights on. If you had, your lights on inside, close your fucking windows. And you know why? Sea turtles. Because the loggerheads fucking nest on the beaches, and they're naturally programmed to want to move through their stars in the moonlight over the sea. So if they see fucking traffic lights and shit, they're gonna run to the traffic and get run over. And they're already threatened by, like, crabs and everything, and, like, boats hitting them and shit. Like, manatees live here. I've never fucking seen one. Apparently they live in Shem Creek and shit, but I ain't never seen it. And you know what? You know what's the shittiest part of all of this? They're doing this primarily just because bad publicity is still publicity. And you know what? Well played, but you're still fucking retarded. I hate you people. Why don't you do some actual good deeds in the world instead of being a fucking nuisance? I'm gonna go now because I'm already raging. I'll see you later. Bye.